WWE has just made a big announcement for next year's SummerSlam event that is sure to change the way we view WWE PLEs moving forward. We're going to take a look at the press release, tell you exactly what this announcement is and what it means for the company and fans moving forward. All that, much more coming up right here in this video. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. All right, without further ado, let's take a look at this massive announcement. This is courtesy of WWE. They announced today that the 2026 edition of SummerSlam will be the first premium live event in Minneapolis since tables, ladders, and chairs in 2019 and will mark the first time WWE will host a stadium event in the city. In addition to the massive two-night event, WWE will deliver a host of fans and community events leading up to and after SummerSlam. US Bank is an absolutely world-class venue situated in a city with rich wrestling history and an amazing fan base, said Chris Legentil, WWE EVP of Talent Relations and Head of Communications. We're excited to bring 2 nights of SummerSlam to Minneapolis. We're going to take a look at the rest of the press release in just a second, but the first big thing here, obviously SummerSlam coming to Minneapolis. Minneapolis was a potential host city for WrestleMania next year. Looks like this was a bit of a make good for them, but they're getting a 2-night wrestling event, and they're getting 2 nights of SummerSlam. This is the first time in WWE history that SummerSlam is going to be spread across 2 nights. It's very similar to the way we currently do WrestleMania. There has not been a WWE event like this that has gone 2 nights outside of Mania, and the only reason Mania started doing that was because of the pandemic, and then obviously they realized the upsides. Let's take a look at what the upsides are. You have the ability to charge fans twice the amount of money for tickets for the event. You have the ability to keep your name in the wide universe of Twitter and online spaces, keep people talking about you over the span of 2 nights as opposed to 1. You have the ability to be more profitable. You have the ability to sell those advertising spots across 2 nights, significantly more profitable than just 1 night. It just makes sense. Any event the size of SummerSlam, where they've already been doing stadium shows, they've been to Tennessee, they've been to Detroit, they've been to Allegiant Stadium. It just makes all the sense in the world for an event that feels as big as SummerSlam does to make it as profitable as possible for WWE. That is the space they're going into. That is the mission by TKO. That's what they want to do, and it's what they're doing. I would not be surprised, by the way, to see this happen in future events. I think Money in the Bank, you have 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches. I'm just saying, it's very easy to have those be the main event across 2 nights. Same thing with the Royal Rumble. You have 2 Royal Rumble matches. Very easy for me to see a future where you have back-to-back nights of Royal Rumbles, and you might be able to actually give those Rumbles even more time than they currently have, because we all know watching Royal Rumbles, it can be a hit or miss, especially if one Rumble, like the first one, is just way better than the other one. You know, people like to compare, like, especially the night of. And also, fans just get tired of watching hour-long matches. It is what it is. But point is here, I think this is WWE kind of putting their stamp of approval on the model of 2-night big events. This is what they are going to do moving forward. I think we are going to see it happen with Royal Rumble. We are going to see it happen with Money in the Bank. We potentially could see it happen with Survivor Series, although I'm not sure if Survivor Series is at that level anymore. But this is a groundbreaking moment for WWE, because for the longest time we were told that, 2-night events or whatever, like, no one's going to pay for that. No one's going to watch that. No one's going to enjoy that. Yet you could argue that the 2-night WrestleManias have been far more enjoyable as far as the way people view them and the amount of time and effort they have to put into it than just like the 1-night shows. Because those 1-night shows, those 14-match 1-night cards, those would drag like all hell. But by spreading across 2 nights, you are able to keep fans energized. And from one night to the other, you're able to keep fans talking, keep fans waiting on potentially on a cliffhanger like they did have this past year with Cody Rhodes, and make the second night even bigger. That is what WWE is trying to do here. And this gives them more time to plug partnerships, more time to plug ad spots, more time to highlight how big WWE is. And personally, I think that from a business standpoint, this is the right move for WWE to do. Let's go back and finish reading the rest of the press release here. U.S. Bank Stadium is honored to host WWE SummerSlam on Minnesota's biggest stage in 2026, says Michael Vikech. There we go. Chair of the Minnesota Sports Facility Authority. We look forward to providing a warm welcome and best-in-class experience at U.S. Bank Stadium for WWE superstars, staff, fans, and guests. We are thrilled to welcome the WWE Universe to Minnesota for SummerSlam, said Wendy Blackshaw, president and CEO of Minnesota Sports and Events. We will make this summertime wrestling extravaganza accessible for fans of all ages through a variety of festivals and ancillary events in the Twin Cities and affordable tickets to main events at U.S. Bank Stadium. This will be a SummerSlam for all. U.S. Bank is the home of Minnesota Vikings, a state-of-the-art indoor facility in the heart of Minneapolis, which opened in 2016. The stadium hosted several high-profile events like the Super Bowl, NCAA Men's Tournament in 2019, and in 2023, the Athletic and U.S. Bank Stadium, named U.S. Bank Stadium, the NFL's top venue. The announcement comes on the heels of a record-breaking ticket sale for the event for this year's SummerSlam, which will take place in Cleveland Sports Stadium on Saturday, August 3rd. In 2023, SummerSlam at Ford Field set a gate record for any non-WrestleMania event with 8.5 million, which has since been surpassed by the 2024 Royal Rumble in January. I got myself through that one. But as you heard there, I mean, it makes a lot of sense here for them to have this show at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. As I mentioned before, it was basically all set and done. WrestleMania next year was supposed to basically be in Minnesota. The Minnesota Commission had already signed off on it. They were ready to bring WrestleMania back. However, things fell through. Local government didn't have an answer. And then the announcement came that it was, in fact, Las Vegas that had struck a deal with WWE to bring WrestleMania across 2 nights into Vegas. So, again, a bit of a make good here potentially. Minneapolis got a big event. They say their ticket prices are going to be affordable, but the question is going to be affordable by whose standards, right? That is one of the big things that we've criticized both WWE and AEW for. These ticket prices are not necessarily accessible for everyone. AEW has done a better job of it recently for listing their ticket prices. However, WWE, it's like you want to sit in the nosebleeds, you still got to pay $200 a pop, which for a family, like I'm not sure how many families who love WWE, who maybe like don't have that amount of disposable income can afford to go to that outside of like a one-time deal. So that's my thing. We'll see what happens, but huge news for WWE and potentially huge news for down the line for other PLEs. Let me know in the comment section what you think of this news. Do you like SummerSlam being across 2 nights? Do you want to see this across multiple PLEs? Let me know in the comment section below. Also, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Until next time, I'm Omer Q for Real Take Wrestling. Be happy, be healthy, and as always, keep it real.